Hello, today I'll be talking about Lab 6 for Data 301. So, in Lab 6, we are mostly introduced to Tableau, which is a brilliant tool for doing data analysis and to visualize and analyze data and not focus more towards coding. So, this helps us analyze data in a more visual format, which is really helpful when we have a huge data set and sometimes Excel or even using basic pandas or Python gets very difficult for us. To begin with, we were supposed to download Tableau, and that was successful. We were able to get all the features of Tableau, and our data source is this. This was our data store, which was street underscore trees dot csv, which was given to us as a data set, which had all the trees which were grown in Vancouver, and there were specific tree IDs and the street names where they were grown and uh, how many were they grown. There were the different types of trees which were grown. What are the different genus of trees which were grown? These were all the criterias we noticed and we will be looking at. So we first converted the date planted to a date object. As you can see that this shows it's a date object, and the longitude and latitude have actually been given the longitude and latitude feature itself. That is what Tableau has inbuilt. Moving on, this is when we create our first ever graph, which gives us the range of neighborhood names as you can see here, and the count of tree ID. So this shows the count of tree IDs, which gives us an idea of how many trees have been planted per area. And right now this is alphabetically arranged as per the requirements. And I changed the color to green as talking about trees here. So this was a very basic paragraph which was made, and the marks feature automatically makes a bar graph, but we can make different type of graphs if you want. And I had uh, put in a filter here which helps us get a better idea of not just showing us the tree ID but giving us a count. So you go and measure and you can change the value to count, which really helps. Moving on, we now move into the average diameter, and we use the circle plot for this. So instead of choosing the classic bar plot, we choose a circle plot, and we we get the average. We use the average feature here. We could also use the maximum, the minimum, and other aspects, but we use the average diameter here with the different genus names of the trees. So, for example, eucalyptus has the smallest average diameter, which is around 1.5 centimeters. But if we go up, we can see that Acelius or caterpillar has a really high one, and we have uh, Cupresi, Cupresi paris, sorry for the pronunciation, as one of the highest. Okay, so that ends our that gives us another opportunity to work with a scatter plot like circle. So instead of using the classic bar graph, we could get a better idea with using scatter graph, a circle graph. Then we make a double-sided graph which works with the trees planted by year, and in this we choose the so we make this first of all we first understand how to make a bar graph like a sorry, this is not a paragraph, this is a line graph. So this was a line graph which was made, which gives us the year at which the trees were planted and the number of trees which were planted on the left and right hand side. So right now we have hidden the features on the left and right, but this is how it works. And this is where we added the two rows which was required, which really helped because this is how this helps us compare data of the same kind with different features. very helpful tool, and that's a dual plot which is done here. As you can see that there are two type of plots here. One is the count of tree ID, and another is the distinct count of tree ID. Moving on, there was a simple bar graph which had to be made with a filter with the trees planted between 1999 and 2019. And this is the data. This is how the data has been represented, with February having the highest number of trees planted, and there's a filter applied here. Also, I forgot to mention, we had actually chosen this is a continuous plot, so we have an option where we could click here and choose discrete or continuous. So for the moment, we have chosen a continuous plot. Then, with the help of the longitude and latitude using columns and rows, we are able to plot a map of all the trees which have been planted. And I have put in a little filter here which gives us that with the I mean, this is something which we can add as a map layer, which just gives us an idea that which area has high like the age distribution of people and how the trees have been related to it. And lastly, we made a dashboard of all the features which were there, which had also with few filters, as in like the number of trees filters will work with throughout the through look, you just saw that. So the number of trees filter works throughout with the data set, with all the data set, and that's when we see that April December has that many number of trees. And so this so if I remove all, and if I remove all and if I just put downtown, you can see the number of trees which are done by downtown. So this gives us a better feature of how to work with this is a dashboard. This is like a all it's a consolidated area where all our data has been put in. And that's the end of Tableau. It's a very nice tool and really helpful for data analysis. Thank you.